Ebusiafo ne adɔfo yɛ mama kwa ba biem nneɛma a ɛrekɔ so wɔ yɛsi hɔ no na kyerɛ sɛ update na ne gu so yɛ den ɛde brɛ mo no saa bere nneɛma bebree na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ Haruna Iddrisu aba abɔnten abɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu yie paa ebu wɔ yɛate da nanso nea ɛnte da no dodo na ne dɔɔso kyerɛ sɛ yɛba abɛtie ɛyɛ strategies ahodoɔ a ɛyɛ Mensa ne nkurɔfoɔ pɛ sɛ ɔmo peke no ɛyɛ Haruna Iddrisu ɛtumi aba abɔnten abɛleki a whole lot a kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ asenketewa first of all no abiliki nneɛma ɛkɔ so wɔ ne constituency said the illegal ono yɛbɛka criminal transfer bi a just ɛkɔ so a just wetin aba abɔnten boldly and fearlessly abiliki saa nneɛma no nyinaa kyerɛ Ghana for ɛde wɔn ne ɛma Mensa sɛ ɔnhwɛ yie paa na sɛdeɛ ɔmo ani asi ada hɔ no ɔno Haruna Iddrisu no ɛne constituency onim sɛ ɔgye sitting hands down nanso so no ɔno ne next action paa ɛsi n'ani so paa ne sɛ obepuli 90,000 votes de ama AGM or sa eye Tamale ho ama AGM etima win hands down just MPP for the ebe kan ko ma yirem kora just say adwem po ne adwem poni a easy ne nkrofo afa no they are going to create confusion and fight at various polling stations during December 7th election because nneɛma mo de tutu kwam no ahwa Mensa democracy no democracy no ene ye peace a ye enjoy no obema ho abasem no wɔkase bibie besi bia no ye de sobo no ebebo Mensa sabri ye woni yi tufo ya advice o and still na wonti when he say NPP as a political party no mo ye dodo sen Ghana ni padodo sen no even ni padodo sen na register campus on person to aba and ni padodo sen ne sen to mo do so krasa mo register on person to aba nti oyɛ Haruna Iddrisu aba abɔnten abɛleki nneɛma wɔ nyinaa ɛde fa some factory sɛ ɛde bɛhyehyɛ machines no nyinaa no waka ho asɛm a ɛnyɛ asenketewa yɛnkɔ ne nkotie ne nsɛm no mu nkyɛkyɛ mu yie.
Every student of political science is trite knowledge that a credible voter register is a sine qua non to the conduct of free, fair, credible elections. The NDC have had cause to be worried and concerned about the integrity and the state of Ghana's electoral roll and voter register, which will be used for purposes of the extraordinary 7th December presidential and parliamentary elections. Evidence abound. I mean, I just got back this afternoon from Tamale, where in my own constituency, the Tamale South constituency, we have had some mystery of illegal voter transfer to Pusiga constituency. How did that happen? Who supervised it? Who authorized it? In liquid who? With officials of the electoral commission.
The EC has admitted to that one.
It is not enough to admit. I hope that you are watching CNN today. Just go to the US, either in Alaska or in Arizona today. There's correction of about 100,000 votes on an electoral roll in America. So what is this holier than thou feeling or persona that the chairperson of the electoral commission seem to be manifesting or want to manifest? My strongest view, an electoral commission is only relevant to the extent that it serves the Ghanaian electorate and political parties well. You are irrelevant if you cannot serve the citizens well. Today, we all cherish our peace. We want to preserve our peace. We want to preserve the integrity of the elections, safeguard our democracy. We are celebrating 30 years of it. We could have done better. We do not want acts or conduct, omissions or commissions that will soil the outcome of the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections, that can spell doom for the peace and tranquility of the Ghana we love and the Ghana we so cherish. So don't take these things lightly and just say that the NDC is not the NDC. It's civil society, the National Democratic Congress, observers of the political landscape are simply saying that the electoral register is muggy. Correct it.
But the NDC has led the charge.
Yes.
And the Electoral Commission has said that...
Because it's the most potent and resilient opposition party today, which is ready to form...
I mean, no doubt about that, right?
Yes.
But the Electoral Commission has said, look, you have mentioned some figures. We do not know those figures, despite, admitting to the Pusiga, anomaly.
Not just Pusiga, it's widespread.
But why won't you give them the evidence?
They have the evidence. After all, they have connived to manipulate the record. So if you manipulate a document and you pretend that somebody should say a record, you share what record. What do you have? You are supposed to give provisional voter register to the political parties. At least a clever way that the Electoral Commission could deal with this matter is to have said that it's provisional. Give me an opportunity to improve and correct it. But a denier will not be accepted today, it will not be accepted tomorrow.
Well, they denied, but they also said that's the purpose of the exhibition
then that's
process.
Not a denial. They admit. But what is it about transparency? You see, have you seen somebody running in a market who hasn't stolen? In a market, you see somebody at Agbogboloshi or at what's the problem? Makala market running in the midst of people. It means there's something wrong. Why are you running? Let the Electoral Commission live up to its calling as an independent commission, independent of government, independent of political manipulation, including the ruling New Patriotic Party, and that the Electoral Commission should not be seen conniving with actors who have interests in safeguarding their stay or prolonging their stay in power. That is not acceptable, and that will be resisted by not just the NDC, but by Ghanaians and those who cherish and love our democracy.
On the subject of evidence, one of the things the Electoral Commission has said is that your party, during the presentation, indicated that some 50,000 dead people were still on the electoral roll. Do you know how your party was able to identify those dead people?
We do have a director of elections, Dr. Omani Buama, who is working with a team, very diligent at what they are doing, because they have every duty to preserve the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people, which will manifest in a vote for change. Ghanaians want change, and Ghanaians will vote for change. That is what the MPP is trying to resist. We're working in cohort with the Electoral Commission as we suspect. Now, you keep mentioning evidence. I've given you Tamales have evidence. That's where I come from. That's why I vote. Share yours. Others too have shared theirs. The register is not clean. And if it is not clean, it cannot guarantee a free, credible elections, period. And there can be chaos.
Elaborate again the nature of the anomaly in Tamale's house.
The nature of it, we found some 38 to 54 persons from Tamale South in the Ṣecṛet area. We've had it even in Sanargu and Tamale North. We followed up some evidence where those persons, innocent women, some young person came for their voter ID card. Then when we were doing our checks, we noticed that the block of those names were no longer in Tamale South. They were now in the Pusiga constituency. How did that happen? How did that happen? So in Tamale South, the MPP is not strong, as you are aware. I mean, I win virtually in every polling station in Tamale South. I'm still very strong and determined to give Excellency John Dramani Mahama a 90,000 vote mark. I'm dedicated, committed, and working with the electorate in Tamale South to marshal out the vote on 7th December. So what they have chosen to do, and get it right, the idea is that on election day, the Electoral Commission is going to create a certain confusion at polling stations and in the minds of persons. If you go to a polling station...
Based on the electoral challenges?
Yes, based on the irregularities that we've determined. Let me just explain. If you go to Tamale South, maybe you vote at Tahzib, and you are told that, oh, your name is no longer in Tahzib, go to Pusiga. Will you cast your vote that day? You are likely to go home. So in NDC stronghold, this is a ploy to undermine and weaken the NDC and weaken its strength and frustrate its voters. That is what the national chairman and national leadership of the party, together with regional and constituency executives, are fighting. And I'm saying that I don't want to expand because I haven't been to other conferences. I haven't looked at.
But the Electoral Commission says they are refereeing the election. They have
and
no interest at all.
Another referee in the United States. Just go on to CNN. I'm sure your newsman should help you. There's correction of an electoral roll in Arizona, or yes, I think Arizona today. 100, they are correcting it. But why can't Ghana's Electoral Commission be transparent? What's the difficulty? Show openness, show transparency.
Your party said that, you know, they should open themselves up to an independent forensic audit.
Independent technical audit for verification.
Indeed. And they have said no, they do not need that.
But I understand from what Franklin Kujo have published and I've read, Jean Mensa, then working for civil society at the Institute of Economic Affairs, now chairperson, asked for an independent audit. Today, she can't stand for saying, where is principle? Where is value? So she lacks principle. If 10 years ago or 9 years ago you advocated for something, there is an opportunity to do it. If you are strong enough and not being an object of manipulation by some interested political actor somewhere. I'm disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in the commission. I've worked with the Electoral Commission as minority leader. I largely, together with the Honorable Osei Mensa, chaired the Electoral Commission and its budget. So I know what goes on within the Electoral Commission. I give you an example. They have 75,000 biometric devices. The devices must have adapters and batteries ready for 7th December. We don't want a situation on 7th December where we are told that go manual because the batteries are down, they are weak, they are not potent. From my sources, she's only attempting to procure 2,000 to 5,000 batteries. How can that be adequate and sufficient for 75,000 biometric devices? Is that possible? So, Jean Mensa, don't throw our beloved country Ghana into chaos, into situations that you yourself will shudder want to run away from. I think she must just do things right. She's not the first person to chair the Electoral Commission. We've seen Dr. Afarajan, we've seen Charlotte Osei, and you yourself in 2015 said that it was possible, it was feasible to have an independent technical audit. That is all the NDC is asking for.
So, and perhaps,
in any case,
perhaps
ask the Electoral Commission the same question. Why can't they undertake an audit?
And we
what's
will.
the excuse?
And we will.
Ask them, what's the excuse?
We will. Because you know, based on what they have said so far, they say that, look, they have the ability to be able to clean the register themselves. They are already dealing with some of the issues that you have mentioned. They also say that they have the liveliness feature. So it means that if you go there and, you know, your face is not what is already captured in the biodata, there is no way that...
Are you following them properly? I even heard them in days past. They said, oh, there'll be face recognition.
Yes, that's the liveliness feature.
And isn't it?
That's what they say.
Have you subjected it to any IT significant test?
What do you think about that? Is it a good effort to...
Don't forget, I'm former Minister for Communication. Let's see. Not too sure about it.
The Communications Director of the NPP, Richard Ahiagba, says if you are so sure that you need, or you know, the electoral role requires an independent audit, go to court.
Why are they interested in court? Maybe they think that they have compromised the neutrality and impartiality of the court. They are not to dictate to the NDC what to do anyway. How does your opponent tell you what to do? Have you heard that before?
Is court an option at all, at any point, if the EC decides not to?
The MPP cannot dictate to the NDC what to do. Simple. They are not to dictate to us. It simply won't work. We won't take it.
What will the NDC do in the event the Electoral Commission does not subject itself to this audit?
Don't worry. Coming events, they cast their shadows.
What shadow is it casting right now?
I don't know. You coming events, they cast their shadows. I have said that we'll hold Jean Mensa, chairperson of the Electoral Commission, solely responsible should anything happen to Ghana's democracy by fracturing its process and fracturing the legitimacy of the outcome of that process. We'll hold her responsible.
Will you engage any further with the Electoral Commission on this issue?
The party's leadership engages with them at the level of IPAC, which itself is persuasive. I'm sure they will continue to. But I think that I should commend the national leadership of the party together with the rank and file of the party for massive show of solidarity and support yesterday across the country to protest and demand a credible, clean voter register for the purpose of the conduct of the December 7th presidential and parliamentary election. We are very certain and profoundly optimistic that John Mahama will win a free, fair, credible election. We are very optimistic about that.
I want to talk about your campaign. To be retained in Tamale South.
Oh no, that there's no debate about it.
There's no debate.
All I need is life.
Why do you think there's no debate about it?
All I need is life and good health, and to His grace, I'll be honored with re-election as member of Parliament. What I'm now striving to do is to garner at least 90,000 or more for President Mahama. Parliamentary, I don't need as much to win, but the greater Tamale would mean a lot more for Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We need to humble Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the greater Tamale and carry the rest of Northern region along. We have 18 seats. Our worst performance should be some 14 seats. We should be able to recapture Karaga, Miang, Sangule, Zabzogo, Toling, Nantong. A few of them, there is still competitiveness of a race, I admit it. But some, we currently have 9. We can safeguard and protect the 9. Some 3 to 5 are almost in the party's bosom, subject to what happens on December 7th.
Obusia for the Yankasi Asuma. Sini nia Bema, a former minority leader, a Haruna Iddrisu, a breaking yama down actually. I mean, who said there are batteries crampa. Or no, say oye leader in parliament. You have preview information sa hold na. When you say batteries are hold do Mensa person what they call this elections no. Ṣecṛet or kase machines na over 75,000. Na batteries are de be call elections no 3,000. It is a maximum over 3,000 to 4,000 batteries. And so machine is 75,000. How come this reserve batteries boa as soon as 75,000 machines, and though Ghanaians are ready to help and buy plenty as much of batteries and be elections will be Timakoso. And so Mensa as one ding or so in TV. Now the do election. Now so betunaba we delay my light and internet do not betunaba. Ni draw ka chance battery ne wonton kofia wo de na person create de na person wo de ba no. So apart from forensic audit no, there are a whole lot of issues are ekoswa a man for grandpa dream ba so bit me de entokwa about these elections mu easy Mensa mami Mensa we your bar when ye fi we your bar time wo de e ma de omo abadaye omo nim se de ya city o de hwe Ghana population na hwe ade apesesi wo Ghana ne de soboni nyina bebo si enya various issues ahodo maba na so ma fantokwa biamba ama elections bibia kwawe asumdwe na nkwa o de why chinchinchin na nkwa de akwa esere omo nsema den akwa esere umbu Ghana for kwa esere de ekoso ye complain do nti and they one ya pan say during Charlotte say 10 no wo na wo aye na wo wo private institution no wo catch Ghana for nyina say forensic audit ade wo say ye ansa ne akọ elections wo na da me wo ti say de ye EC ho niema electoral commission wo nim wo pe free and fair election wo pe say register mu da wo kwansa ne akọ de yakọ abato ne draw so ade na asasa. And what will you lose say forensic audit na, because as we speak there are some institutions be almost some of Akroma. Then because some of Akroma Ghanaians are ready. Ghanaians are ready. And who Mensa lose so here. You lose only if or hide BB inside the register. Pesa Ghana for nyina be hu. Pesa other institution be hu. Pesa be babontin. And yes, sir, won't me can't share what making mistake in say. Do giant channel no abomodin hwehwem no funny mistakes we hunem da na correct. Na register na da wo 24/7 no. Why ready so be fix it bi an na wonye this say this will be na the banks no wa fix it. Then na mama kwan. ansana kyese ntokwa na se de BCBC to wahwe niema okuye Haruna Iddrisu abobos na or say you are causing fight or you are causing war and you cannot run intimi ndwane he transfers ahodo say ye transfer efin constituency mu sabri krampo na consensus ahodo depending break hey what transfer me dia masa famidin back o masa so wasa samidin a sa famidin back o na menko be bian koto ba ha na pese metuma ba mpese bi draw na medin nim omoke common sem na yes to no ni wo nyina ekoso so wonti ya woti ni so wonti ya Ghana for kan sisi no so wonti ya demonstration ekoso no krampo no hu wote Ghana na wonim de ekoso and look at the number of people who pull out say on pese a year registration emudaho. Look at the number 16 regions now BAP and these people no say will register no mun jintum and this time no people are saying say whatever you do then people mbeko fie ama accountability asoya ye adwuma whatever you do niema just more hiding in one day BP so niema we ne be boama intim this people be this government be still and we take Ghana penifo ma dodo na ikase de mbe bi ombeko ama job di ye accountability na say de ne hu difo no oba kodem because it be Ghana property. Se be bring a bit much under the comment section, subscribe and share na ma onua so nsanke be 100%